Hi, my name is Mark Ritzel. I'm a passionate hobby Visual Basic application developer. This software, the Expense Manager you have in front of you, helps you to solve problems, at least usually challenges I have when I do my expenses. I either don't know how many kilometers I did from A to B, or what FX rate I need to apply if I had a business trip abroad. So let me quickly explain how this software supports you. It's divided in 5 sections. Here, the expense report, title. Here you enter your credentials, name, rank, etc. You can usually just choose from drop-down menus, whatever your rank or location is. So it's easy to input the data. In the gray fields you cannot enter data, so please only enter data in the amber fields. So here is, as said, the details. Then here you have a couple of buttons I will explain you later. And then you have the 3 sections where you enter your expenses. There is one section called private car travel expenses. Here you enter only private car travels where you want to charge a certain amount of kilometers. Then we have a section for other travel expenses like taxi, bus, train, plane, so all the expenses where you have a receipt. And then you have here other expenses which have nothing to do with travel, like hotel or meal or things like that. And then at the bottom you have here a summary where it gives you an overview about the different types of expenses you had and how they were paid. And then you have a print button. When you want to print it, you can sign it and send it to your line manager. So let me quickly show how it works. Let's say you did a private. So let's enter a private car expense. Let's say today is the 30th of January. There is no voucher number. I traveled from here. You can choose from the drop-down menu, for example, from Lausanne to Zurich. And then you can enter many others. But if this is the only one you had, you just press here, travel costs, and the system automatically, via Google Maps, calculates the distance and the time and the amount you used for that. If you want to see what the system took as a route, you just press on the button Google Maps, and Google Maps shows you what you just have chosen. In this example, we have chosen Lausanne, Zurich. So you can close that again, we don't need this anymore. Here you can also enter the purpose of your trip. For example, this was a client visit. You can add remarks if you want. You can add a second line, 28 January 2017, voucher number 3 if there was any. You can also enter destinations which are not in the drop-down list. So I don't know, Dietikon to Zurich or to Paris. Again, you press the calculate costs button. It shows you 644 kilometers. Again, if you want to verify what the system did, you can check on Google Maps. So it's Dietikon, Paris, perfect. Then you have other expenses, maybe a taxi. 22 January 2017. Here the voucher maybe makes more sense. Again, you choose here locations to Luxembourg, and here you can choose the currency. If you choose euro, then it automatically takes the euro exchange rate you find here. But if you did another trip, if you were let's say in Poland, then you can here take Poland. You press refresh, and the system updates here the exchange rates. Those exchange rates are not automatically taken into consideration. So only Swiss franc and euro is automatically updated here. But if you have, as in this example, Polish zloty, you need to quickly take the expense rate from here, 0.2464, and the ticket price was 10,000 zloty. and here you choose paid by, was it cash or credit card? Let's say it was credit card. Again, the purpose of the trip, it was training and education. And here the same for all the others, like meal, for example, 5th January 2016, name and title, I was with Mr. Green, business lunch, currency, this time we take whatever, Russisch ruble, then here you can again choose the Russian ruble, refresh, exchange rate, you see it changed, we spent 5,000 ruble on our lunch, and you can again update here the correct FX rate. We paid that cash, and the expense type was a meal, and the purpose, it was a client visit. So if you now have others, for example Swiss francs, you can just add, you choose here Swiss francs, then it automatically changes to rate 1. Or if you have euros, it automatically takes the euros. As said, all the other currency you have to input manually. Then here at the bottom you see the summary of your expenses, so how much was paid by credit card, how much was paid cash, how much was paid in whatever other possibility, and what was it, travel, meal, hotel, etc., etc. This is all. So at the very end you save the file, File, save, and then you can print it and hand it over to your line manager. Now a special section is for the administrator, for those who want to maintain the file or update the file. There is an admin page. This is password protected, so if you enter here the correct password, you can maintain all these different tables you have here. So this is not interesting now for the normal user. We have here a couple of other buttons. I said in the introduction, I will quickly explain. So here is a help and how to use button. Here you have some additional information how it works if you are not sure what you need to do. And here you have a link to the Bill Group travel policy, or here you have a list of all the hotels which are supported by the Bill Group travel policy. And if you start a new sheet, you just press empty. The system prompts you really want to delete all data. If you want to start a new sheet, you say yes, and it's all cleaned, and you start with a new sheet. So I wish you a lot of fun with this, and hopefully it makes your life easier.